Good morning, students. Today, let us start our second unit, Quantum Mechanical Model of Atom. Before going into that, first of all, what is meant by atom? Atom is a smallest indivisible particle. That's what John Dalton said. After that, J.J. Thomson, what he said? Actually, atom consists of negatively charged particles called electrons. Then also, he said that atom is a positively charged sphere in which the electrons are embedded, like the seeds in the watermelon or seeds in guava. That we said. Okay. But after that only, Rutherford, actually he has done gold foil experiment to prove that Thomson model it was wrong. Actually, atom also contains nucleus. So nucleus was found out by Rutherford by using this gold foil experiment. So now let us start Rutherford gold foil experiment. For that experiment, actually Rutherford bombarded a thin gold foil. See, in that picture in center, thin gold foil is there, no? That is bombarded with a stream of fast moving alpha particles. We know very well that alpha particles are positively charged. So what he has done? He has taken alpha particles and it is bombarded in the sense with high speed. He is passing the alpha particles through the gold foil. At that time, he was observed that most of the particles, see in the first picture, most of the alpha particles, it is passed straight away through the foil. But some of them were deflected. See the second picture. Some of them were deflected through a small angle. Very few particles, what it is doing? It is reflecting back by 180 degree. Okay. So based on this observations only, he said that there is an atom, that too it contains a tiny positively charged nucleus in the center of the atom, and the electrons are moving around the nucleus with high speed. Okay, I think now you are clear with this Rutherford gold foil experiment. But according to the theory of electromagnetic radiation, moving particle, whenever any charged particle is moving, at that time what happen? It should continuously lose its energy in the form of radiation. See here, electron it is moving with a high speed, he said. At that time, suppose when it is moving like that, once if it loses its energy, finally what will happen? It will fall in the nucleus. Okay, but atom is said to be stable. So this is one of the defect of this Rutherford gold foil experiment, that is Rutherford's model. Okay, so Rutherford's model failed to explain the stability of an atom. Okay, next thing, even this model it doesn't explain the distribution of electrons around the nucleus. That is, in first shell how many electrons can be hold. Like that distribution of electrons around the nucleus also it doesn't explain. So these two are the defects of Rutherford's model. So, to rectify the defects of Rutherford's model only, Bohr postulated the atomic model. Actually, this is the accepted model. Okay. According to this model, energies of an electrons in an atom are quantized. Quantized in the sense it possesses certain amount of energy. That is h nu, we said no, that thing. Second, it is always revolving around the nucleus in a certain fixed circular path. That is, it is not movable. Once when it is moving only, it will lose the energy. But he is saying that it is not movable, it is in stationary condition. Clear? Next, he also said that electrons can revolve only those orbits. At that time, angular momentum. Angular momentum means MVR. That must be equal to the NH by 2 pi. Okay. Suppose if MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi, if it satisfies that condition, then only electrons can move. So, once when the electrons is moving in a fixed stationary orbit, at that time it doesn't lose its energy. It doesn't lose energy as well as it doesn't gain energy. But when the electron moves from higher energy state to lower state, at that time it will emit its energy in the form of radiation. Same manner, when the electron is moving from lower energy orbit to higher energy orbit, at that time it will absorb the energy. That is what it is given in your textbook. E2 minus E1, that is energy of final level minus energy of initial level, that is equal to H nu. So nu is equal to E2 minus E1 by H. Clear? Even this Bose model, it is having some limitation. That is, it is not applicable for multi-electron atoms. Suppose if you are adapting this Bose model to hydrogen, helium, lithium, then it can explain the model easily. Whereas when you are applying for multi-electron atoms, it doesn't explain. Okay. Moreover, it doesn't explain Zeeman effect and Stark effect. Zeeman effect, Stark effect means Zeeman effect, splitting of spectral lines in the presence of magnetic field. That is, when you are keeping north and south pole magnet, at that time we are passing the current. The once when it is splitted in the presence of, that is like light rays ma. Light rays we are passing through that prism. At that time spectral lines are formed. Once when spectral lines, that splitting of spectral lines in the presence of magnetic field is called as Zeeman effect. If it is splitting in the presence of electrical field means it is Stark effect. These two effects in detail I'll take in the next class. Okay. So Bose theory, it fails to explain multi-electron atoms. It fails to explain Zeeman and Stark effect. Moreover, even this model was unable to explain why the electron is restricted to revolve around the nucleus, because once if it satisfies the condition MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi, then only it can move. So why it is like that? That answer it is not able to give by Bose. But that was rectified by using de Broglie's model. Okay, that you will see in the next class. Okay, thank you students.